Okay, so today we are in Wednesday. We have come halfway through the week, and for those of you who didn't know, on a morning mindset thing, tomorrow we have our tarot and oracle readings, and I'm very much into this stuff, including astrology, planetary aspects of how the Earth's and the universe's energy is affecting us. And this week astrologically is a very, very auspicious week. It's a very, very good week. And in fact, for every astrological sign, everybody, the absolute best day of 2024 is coming up on Saturday, which is my birthday on May 18th, which, can you imagine how glorious that is? Like for somebody like me, where you consider the absolute best day of the year for the whole planet is, because of the planetary alignments, is on Saturday, then that's quite exciting for me because that's my birthday. So that just doesn't apply to me, but it applies to everyone. So I will say, if you are hanging on something right now, if you're thinking of making a move on something, if you are thinking of taking a decision, a leap of faith, asking for something, like it could be anything. If you're on the cusp of, can I make this a reality? If you're on the cusp of, this is something I really want and I need to go for, making a good decision, even something as simple as asking someone on a date or applying for a job or anything, going and making that phone call, sending that email, do it on Saturday because the planets are aligning. I think it's around the early evening time in the UK. It's around 7:30, 8:30 p.m. where it's at its absolute pinnacle, amazing point, by the way, if you're thinking about, if you want to ask someone to marry you, do it that day. It's just a very, very awesome day. Now, I'm not saying that everyone's going to have a great day and no one's going to have a bad day, but if you're going to do something, if you're planning on doing something, Saturday, May 18th is the day to do it. Go for it, totally go for it, because astrologically, you can go and check out this guy on YouTube. His name is Jimmy. Just check out Jimmy May 18th, 2024, and he'll reveal all and tell you all. It's just an incredible day. Best day of 2024. It's coming up this Saturday. So if you've got anything you want to do, any decisions you want to make, go for it then. That's something I wanted to share this morning. Another thing I want to share this morning is that tomorrow we kick off the launch of One Sourcing. Yay! We start with me releasing my brand new free Level Up training, which is going to be available all day, so people can check that out. But then I'm doing a session at 7 p.m. my time in the evening, which I believe is about 5 p.m. in the UK. And anyway, on the One Sourcing page, I've added a time zone checker, so you can check out whatever time that is in your part of the world. But here is the link now inside the chat, virtualmissfriday.com/One Sourcing. So basically, you'll be able to go and check that out. So tomorrow evening, my time, 7 p.m. in Egypt, I will be doing a live session where we'll be talking about Level Up, which is the ultimate guide to six-figure virtual assistant business. I'll be there to answer questions. We can do a little bit of interaction. There'll be camera and mic facilities if you guys want to chat with me. But we're basically going to be talking about the descent into the brand new One Sourcing, which is off the charts, incredible virtual assistant training like never before. Like, there's really nothing else out there like it that is so well covered in all the absolute key areas and details that you need to know. And I really wanted to make this so easy for people to work through, to not have any resistance, to not feel it's too difficult. And I was able to condense it all down into 24 steps. We'll get the 24 steps for you tomorrow. And basically, I've done very in-depth, detailed, short, bite-sized training as well, to really help you pinpoint and know exactly these 24 steps and how to just check them off, and then with that, if you find that there is a disconnect in your virtual assistant business, something is not as it should be, you're not seeing the success that you need to see, you will be able to go back and literally look at these 24 steps and find the hole and plug it. It's what this is what this program does. It takes you through the entire six-figure business model, how to get to six figures as a virtual assistant in 24 steps. And all you do is you go through this kind of checklist, kind of like, have I done all the training? Have I put all the steps in place? If not, I'll go back and watch that, make sure it's done right. And you will be able to find the hole in your virtual assistant business, the answer that you've been waiting for, that you've been seeking, that you haven't been able to figure out, and plug that hole with my instruction, and then you will be able to set yourself on the path to where you need to be. It's phenomenal. I designed it that way. Okay, so that's the second thing that I wanted to share with you. And today we are continuing with our VA why. Why, oh why do you want to be a VA? Well, we've covered a lot of topics, from living anywhere, working anywhere, travel, being at home with the kids, financial. But today we have the one final topic, because tomorrow we have our Oracle. And today's topic is very purely and simply time. We have a very limited amount of time, relatively speaking, on this planet. And coming into my 40s, and I'm 42 right now. I've been 43 in my head for like the last year, to be honest, but I'm 42 right now, and I'm heading in on Saturday into 43. And all I can say is that you get to this age, and then you start to realize like never before, how precious time is. And I reflected on this, and I looked back, because I started my business. It's funny, because I started my business, or I moved and went to travel in 2020, when I was 24 years old. So the day before I was 24, I left the UK. When I was 24, I started my virtual assistant business. I'm coming up to 43 now, so that is 19 years. And I cannot have imagined, I have done so much in this time because of my virtual assistant business. The travel, the kids, just having that freedom to be able to do those things. And I just imagine the job that I was in when I left the UK and how I was living my life. And if I had literally stayed on that path these last 19 years, knowing that that's where I would have been, not knowing any different, I can't imagine how I would feel like looking at all that time and thinking, is that really how I spent it? Is that really how I spent my time? Commuting and dealing with people I didn't like, and having to do that because a boss told me to, and doing work that I didn't like, and and all that time would have been gone. And here I would have been, coming up to 43. Let's say, I'm halfway there, or, I hope slightly under halfway. It'd be nice to live to my late 80s or 90s or something. But if I'm sitting here thinking, wow, it's like half of this is gone now, and I've only got another half left, how do I want to spend that time? That's super important, because with my business, I never feel when I'm sat working that I'm wasting my time. I never feel like I could be doing something I love. I could be doing something I enjoy instead of sitting here. I never feel like that, because I've designed my business so I do. When I sit down, I feel like I'm contributing. I get joy from what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I choose to do the things that I do. And I never ever feel that any time I spend, you know, going through the motions of life, none of us are exempt from needing money. We all need to have an exchange of energy to be able to acquire money, and nobody is exempt from that. Okay, so everybody needs money. I think there's like 1% of the population of the entire world that basically are born independently, financially free, and don't need to actually do anything for money. But the rest of the 99% of us actually need to expend our energy and use our time in order to acquire funds to live this life. And generally speaking, the more funds we acquire, the more ability we have to really live our life the way we want to live. So that's great. You can literally spend half of your day doing things you don't want to spend a couple of hours, you know, to do things you do want. Or you can just F it and throw all that out the window and just think, I'm deciding now to spend all my time doing things that I want to do. Now, that does not mean sitting on the sofa binge watching The Big Bang Theory. It literally means, I mean, you could, but it literally means, what can I do with my time that's really going to be useful to other people, that's going to contribute to society, that I'm going to sit and really love and feel good about doing, and I'm going to fulfill my human requirement of acquiring money in order to live the life that I want to live. And with a virtual assistant business, I would say it's definitely one of the most versatile industries that you can go in, because you can literally apply and adapt virtual assistant services to anything, like anything. So, I mean, obviously, if you're somebody who hates sitting down at a computer, you probably would not want to go into virtual assistants, because it requires a lot of sitting down or a lot of desk time or a standing up desk or something like that. But it requires a lot of time on the computer, because that is your play field. That's your playing field. That's your stadium. That's your ground. And you have to be there. You have to be there practicing. You have to be there playing. You have to be there involving. You have to be there coaching. You know, like, you have to be there. You have to be on your playing field, which is your computer. But once you get to that point of saying, right, okay, yes, I'm willing to spend part of my day sitting on a computer, then that opens up the possibility of, well, what would you love to do on the computer? What would you love to do? How do you want it? You know, it's like a garden. You know, your computer is like a garden. You can look at a blank garden and see nothing in it, and then decide where you want flowers and trees and where you want to plant things and what colors you want, how you want it to look. You can really do the same with your virtual assistant business and design it that way. You know, who do you want to work with? What do you want to be doing? Do you want to work with graphics? Do you want to work with words? Do you want to work with tech and code? Do you want to work with numbers? You know, like, what floats your boat? And who do you want to work with? Do you want to work with inspiring entrepreneurial people? Do you want to work with, like, are you really into fitness? Do you want to work with, like, super, like, amazing fitness people? Are you into nutrition? Do you want to work with nutritionists? What are you into? Because you can literally spend your day working on any subject, any topic that you're into. Everyone needs a virtual assistant. So whether you say to yourself, well, I'm super passionate about nutrition and fitness, you can work with those people. I'm super passionate about dance and music. You can work with those people, and you can literally spend a majority of your time working on things that you love. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. It's beautiful. I don't know any other industry that can say that there is that capacity, you know? If you love gardening, if you love being outdoors, you know, one of my clients is this incredible guy who's, like, walked, like, the highest peaks in the world and broken world records and beat cancer. And, you know, he now talks all over the world about the stuff that he's done, the amazing things he's done. I get to just work with people like that and have this amazing relationship with anybody I want to have a relationship with in any topic of discussion or subject, and I can literally build websites for all the things that I love. And that to me is beautiful. It's a fantastic use of my time, and I get paid for it. So I never feel at all, and I have not ever felt in these last 19 years, and I hope I have another good 20 years ahead of me at least, maybe, I've never felt that I have wasted my time or I will be wasting my time, because my constant focus is on what can I do while I'm inside my playing field of my computer that's going to make me happy. And that's a beautiful thing. So that was today's little morning mindset pep talk. We will be back here tomorrow for our oracle card readings. So if there is something, particularly think about, really focus on Saturday. Like if there is something that you want to do, be, have, maybe there's a message that can come up in these cards for you tomorrow about what should I be doing to make the most of Saturday, this luckiest day of the year. It's the luckiest day of the year. If you really need some luck right now, try to think and focus about what you can do on Saturday that could bring about that change for you or that luck for you. So thank you so much. Thank you, Nikki. We're going to do our daily accountability, and I will see you back here tomorrow for a very, very exciting day. So take care, get your journals out at the ready, and we will begin. Before we begin, don't forget you can join me live online inside Virtual Co-working Space at www.virtualmissfriday.com/VCS. If you enjoy this session, give it a like. I'd love to hear from you, so write me a comment. And so you don't miss any updates, don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. So now we're going to look for the positive with our gratitude. First, we'll spend 1 minute thinking of the day before, thinking of all the things that happened, reflecting on work, interactions, relationships, memorable moments, and more. Now you'll write one thing down minimum that you're grateful for. You can, of course, write down more. Something good, something that went right, a small moment or a big win. The more you search for things to be grateful for, the more you will experience things to be grateful for. Now we're going to read out your goal. Make sure your goal is written down in a journal or somewhere you can easily access it. Read your goal now, ideally out loud, and commit to this goal. Believe it will happen. And by reading this daily, the universe knows clearly what your goal is, and the things begin to shift in the direction of your goal. Follow your instincts when this happens by taking action. Now you need to see your goal in visualization. Spend this minute thinking about the goal in your mind. See yourself taking steps towards the goal, or even better still, see yourself having already achieved the goal. Close your eyes and go there. Step into the feeling, step into the place, step into the accomplishment. And finally, it's time for your most important task. Set this task for today and make it relating to your goal. This could be something small like sending an email, recording a video, or making a phone call, or it could be bigger. Either way, one task a day is one step forward, and those steps will add up. Do what you can from where you are now. Set the intention, and the action will carry you towards your goal. Well done you for completing your daily co-create session. Have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you next time.